Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Michalowski from ForexLive.com. Today's date is May 28, 2024. Back from a long 3-day weekend with family and friends, and happy to be back here again looking at the three major currency pairs in the Kickstart video. In this Kickstart video, I take a look at the euro versus US dollar, the dollar versus yen, and sterling versus US dollar. So let's get started. Taking a look at the 4-hour chart here of the euro versus US dollar, stretching to new highs and trading here this morning. And in the process, we moved just a little bit above the high of this swing area. The swing area goes back in time all the way to the month of February, and probably even before, like right over here, where the price either found swing lows or swing highs within this area. There are some times where the price moved above and below, but more recently, you can see the swing highs through here. We moved above it in trading a couple weeks ago, but then quickly found resistance sellers here, and last week here, and each of those times the price moved lower. So today's move to the upside is a stretch in attempt to get above this swing area. The high price from May came in at 1.08944, and that would be the next target level right here. Break above that level, and it opens the door for further upside momentum. Not quite sure why this line is here right here, but it would you definitely see some more momentum and a breakout to the upside, especially above this swing area right through here. Taking a look at the 4-hour chart to get a view of where we've come from. In trading last week, the price moved lower into midweek time period. And in the process, the price came down to this swing area through here. The swing area goes back in time. You can go back to this area right through here, but you can see how the price found support buyers. We did fall below the 100-day moving average in trading last week. That's this blue line right here, and tried to stay below it here, but then move back above it and use that level as support before moving to the upside. We've been up now for, this is the third day in a row to the upside for the euro versus US dollar. It stretches toward the May high, and in the process, we also moved above the 100-hour moving average. That's this blue line right here, and then found support buyers against it here and here. That was more of a bullish bias. And in trading here today, in the first hour of trading, the price did dip below the 200-hour moving average. It's a green line here after trading above and below and trading yesterday, but that was short-lived and gave the go-ahead for the buyers to make a run to the upside. Indeed, it did. The low corrected price right through here found support buyers against the previous high from yesterday's trade, which was another go to take the price further to the upside. And once again, we're heading up toward that high price from May. I would expect sellers to lean against that level on the first test at least. Let's take a look at the dollar versus yen, and this is in the hourly chart here. We saw the price action today is seen down, up, and back down again in a very narrow trading range. That the moves today have taken the price above and below the 100-hour moving average. It's a blue line in this chart, so the market is saying to me that it doesn't know which way it wants to go at this time period. The question comes, can we get below the low price from the day, the low price that we've saw more or less in trading yesterday? Right at this area right through here. This is the floor, and this is the ceiling that we're seeing in the trading this week. Basically, a very narrow trading range. The market is trying to figure out which way it wants to go. The 100-hour moving average will be the barometer for buyers and sellers, and as you can see, we're making a move to the downside in early U.S. trading away from that 100-hour moving average. If we can get below the low from earlier today, then we'd look toward the 200-hour moving average down here. That's a green line right here at 156.32. The last time the price came down toward that level in trading last week, we found support buyers against that level and forced the price to the high. So that is going to be a key level. We also found support here as well. So it's been since this day right here that the price traded below the 200-hour moving average. So be aware of that level. But right now we have the buyers and sellers battling with the 100-hour moving average as resistance on the top side. That level comes in at 156.83. Stay below is more bearish. Finally, let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar. Look at the 4-hour chart in this currency pair. And again, with this currency pair stretching to a new high, or not again, with the currency pair stretching to a new high, and in the process, trading near the highs, going all the way back to March in this case. At this point right through here, we did have some swing lows and swing highs in between the 127.93 and 128.04. Let's call it above and below the 128 level. The last high price that we saw right here back on somewhere around the March 20th or so, there about level, came in at 128.024. So getting above that level, we would be more bullish and open the door for a run toward the 2024 high price, which came in March at 128.93. I think that was the 2024 high price. Yes, indeed, it was. So that would be the next key target. Taking a look at the daily chart here, have it on here. There is the resistance at 128, and then up at 128.47.8 was this high price going back to the month of June here, and that level is going to be another level of significance before we get to the 2024 high price up here from the month of March. So that's my technical look at three of the major currency pairs. The euro versus US dollar, the dollar versus yen, and sterling versus US dollar for this day, May 28th. My name is Greg Michalowski. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.